Welcome to the opening match of the Ashes of Outland Hearthstone tournament. We have the current reigning champion Ryukuma starting off against CoE Drake, and this is the first match in the European bracket.
Somewhat unfortunately, you currently have the spectator view flipped from what it's supposed to be.
Oh, do you want to change it?
I'm gonna change it in between matches.
Okay.
I mean, we're just gonna have to live with this for a second. I'm
so
sorry.
What we're having is we have Drake on bottom and Ryu on top. It's different than we have it. Signals will change it after the first match. So let's quickly introduce first of all what these competitors are bringing. So what list are we looking at?
Well, Drake is bringing his Spell Mage, it's the one that doesn't want any minions, a Libram Pure Paladin, a Galakrond Control Warlock, and his Galakrond Secret Rogue is banned. Ryukuma is bringing a Spell Druid, that's a new token druid currently, Galakrond Rogue without the secret package, I think he's running the self package, a lot of people are, a Galakrond based Priest, and his Egg Warrior and Rage Warrior, people always...
His Warrior.
People always cap at me if I confuse those. They're like basically the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're banned. So once again, the graphic shows differently than the current board. Drake is currently on the bottom on his Paladin, decides to go with the first, and he's building a big dragon. How to build your dragon? CoE Drake is showing us how. And Ryukuma answers with a
big dragon.
Yeah,
that's
yes. He answers with a big dragon. It's what you gotta do. Theme of the tournament established, I would say.
I mean, this isn't even the year of the dragon anymore.
Still a lot of dragons around.
I mean, yeah, because all the Year of the Dragon cards are on at one set from the Year of the Phoenix, so it's obviously more dragons than phoenixes.
Exactly. Let me remind you really quickly that if you are not a member of our Discord server, you should go and join that server. Link to that's in the description. You should like this video because these great competitors have put a lot of time and effort into it, and they deserve some appreciation. And of course, if you want to, let us know an outlook or your prediction before we get into this, like really in the comments of this. Of course, it's not a secret, Ryukuma is a big favorite. Representing the flag of Canada, he is the current reigning Trash Bowl Champion, but defeated Peter Babbitt in the Descent of Dragons Trash Bowl a couple months ago, and he's probably looking to defend his title in a European conference that is packed. It's tough.
You see that Bog being drawn there? That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, he'll like it. He wants to get rid of the big life stealer for sure.
And there's also the other one that, what is it called? Ironbark. I really blanked on that. On the hand.
Since he had overgrowth so early, he really has, he found a good way to enable that.
I mean, there was also good Libram of Justice. Despite the price, in this case, I think that definitely had the impact that he wanted to see.
I think we might see Glowflies here just coming down.
I mean, it seems like it would be very effective. Mount Seller and Ironbark is also pretty good.
Yeah, that is cool. He does have like 3 spells at least he can cast. And I think he'll play just as many as he wants. He picks up a Mukla.
That's the absolute high roll, I think, with Mount Seller. Raven is also one of the better ones. Yeah, why not Filter Full?
Big Restoration. This is basically...
It's another Mukla!
Another Mukla, wow.
There's an owl, that's the lower.
The luck of the Canadians, man.
I think
what a turn.
Owl is the second worst, right? Because you can get Desert Hair, can't you?
Desert Hair is the worst. Owl is not good. But there's the Libram of Justice, of course. Can't play it at the same time as that Consecration just yet can Drake.
And that is going to be very important right here. But the question is, are you still maybe going to play it?
Plays the Truth Seeker, reducing cost here.
I mean, you get your Free Explorer stats, that's pretty good.
You get the taunt. You're gonna take some damage here, but you do have your Libram Consec combination set up for board clear, which is very important.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want that to do, right? Optimally.
Absolutely.
So, makes a lot of sense. Delays a lot of the damage. Gets his Libram of Wisdom back, it's still free.
Overflow coming up, he's filling up his entire hand once again as Ryu.
Emperor Cobra. When do you see that?
It's not terrible. Usually from Venom Strike Trap.
I mean, yeah, that is...
Gonna play Overgrowth here, I imagine. He does have the Ysera Unleashed picked up, implying that Ysera was kept on a leash.
Not necessarily literally, but sure.
Imagine that. Imagine a huge dragon on a leash. Leave of Justice got this up with Consec, as everyone has expected. And he definitely needs to, but he needs to keep finding answers because Glowfly is coming down.
I mean, in theory, this is of course a huge momentum shift, but we do know the hand of Ryukuma, so this is not necessarily over.
And there's a second overflow, so he can just recklessly go to town. He decides to go with the Ysera instead. I like to play.
I mean, Ysera, and then you're gonna play. He can play the excess mana right now, and he can play the overflow next turn, and he's gonna summon a lot of dragons very soon.
Definitely like to see that. Second construct though, that's big. On hand for Drake, he's gonna hold that wisely, you would imagine, for situations such as the Glowfly Swarm.
And I mean, you can also never really argue with a 9/9 Divine Shield taunt.
Looks like a good play.
There's a second Glowfly on the hand.
So it's gonna be a war of attrition here. How many things can Ryu put down that Drake can remove?
Yeah.
Oh, Fortune's here trying to get those portals going, and he does. There's a Nosdormu. Oh, he might have shot himself a little bit in the foot with that Nosdormu, because now he's got to hurry.
Yeah, and this is when you start clicking through all of the animations and stuff, trying to actually get something.
Now he's actually got to go, so here's the skill after the parson, and it looks like his turn ended too early. Let's see if he got everything in.
I mean, that's the question, right? Because like now we get some time to just watch the animations play.
Let's hope his connection is good. Looks like he got a lot of the cards off, so that's a positive.
There's another dragon.
Another dragon coming in.
Nozari.
And he did get his turn off, so that's definitely good. And now it's Drake right away. Like, what do you do, right? First game of the tournament, we're already seeing complete madness.
Ooh, Light Forge. These are all things that take a lot of time as well.
They take time and they don't really clear. But
it looked like he might have wanted to play the Blessing, but
look at these portals being drawn. I mean, what is this? Look at all these dragons.
And now he can run those Dormo straight into the 9/9 taunt, of course, and just be done with that.
Yeah, and he will do that, and then chill, sit back, put Soul of the Forest.
You thought better out for a second there.
You gotta think of lethals here too. If you're Ryu soon, you have 14 there.
I mean, you have 15 with the hero power, 16 with the. Oh yeah, this is. I think this is it already.
Oh, and he has the bite or something. The one mana one of that same card. It's
a claw. But he also has the Iron Bark, which also some a little bit of extra damage. 1 point only, but you know, sometimes
huge turn for Ryukuma. What an action-packed first game! If this is a sign of things to come, my goodness.
Yeah, and
Ryukuma takes the win with the Druid. There we go, and now we're gonna switch around the perspective just to make sure that got the Watch and Learn pack in the house. So we're gonna leave this here. We have some behind the scenes fun happening.
Yeah, I know. I just have to wait until the match actually starts.
I hope they keep going. And Ryukuma with the 1-0 lead. So you're thinking, Drake, do you like your Paladin again? Do you want to maybe try one more time, or do you switch it off early? Because you kind of saw a huge bombardment there. So the question is, which one do you prefer now? Trying to get back into this, more behind the scenes stuff. Hope this is correct this time.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay.
The person who selected first is always in the bottom.
Fantastic. Seeing Ryukuma with alternate portrait, 1,000 wins with Priest, and Drake does pick up the Paladin again. So now we are all set to go. We are correct. Drake on top, Ryu on the bottom of her perspective there. And he's gonna try to take this home very early. If you can run him over with the Priest and make it 2-0 game, it'll be very, very tough to come back from.
Then again, the Priest also does definitely have the late game potential there. So running out, right? You just meant running over and still score. Because otherwise it's a slower deck. But yeah. And speaking of running over, Drake coming here on with a strong start.
That's a good start. 2 taunts though on hand for Ryu, so those are going to be very important. The shields there of Galakron.
Yeah, and also, of course, the invocations in and of himself. That's the value when you play it, and it's gonna be very important once the Galakron comes down that it is of a higher level.
Bronze Explorer picking up another Bronze Explorer.
Honestly, that's one of the better outcomes.
Yeah, it's a good one. You might as well just keep cycling them. Could see Penance here. Get rid of
Penance gets rid of the Explorer. It's
full health.
I was about to say,
hanging on.
Completely undoes.
Taunt on 4, taunt on 5. Coming out.
Mork is also a very interesting card, by the way, with Penance as well as with like Holy Nova, so there's some interesting stuff coming up there.
Drake trying to push it hard here. I think that's actually very good play on curve. Lightforged there picks up his True Silver Champion.
Yeah, and he can
starts going to town.
play the Aldo or whatever his name is next turn. Keep his Librams nice and cheap.
Make him nice and very.
I mean,
do something.
2 manas for setting all health to 1. And getting a weapon.
He probably wants to draw soon too. He'll be looking to make use of that. Time Rip here. Ryukuma just taking it easy. He's collecting cards in hand.
Back off the scales. That's workable.
Take it. So this is kind of the first stress test here for Wheel. Maybe as Drake is pushing hard with the Paladin. Another Bronze Explorer. And what do you take this time? Oh, no, Nixia seems like a tempting option here.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, Dragon Queen seems like a very high value card, but the problem is, at that point in the game, if you're still in it, you're not winning. Yeah. So by 9, you can play a Nixia and you can actually get the full value out of it, as opposed to Dragon Queen, which you can either play as an 8/8, at which point you might as well have a Nixia.
Expecting the Taunt here. Don't discover first. Breath of the Infinite might be a very good pickup.
Shadow Madness could also have a similar effect. I mean, even Apotheosis, if you put it on a big minion.
He's got 3 good options.
3 good control options. Yeah. And that's what you want, right? You want to play controls.
Since these guys are playing lightning quick, by the way. They know exactly what they're doing, just going to town. You love to see it. And Drake picks up Blessing of Kings there. That's potentially a very good draw, because it helps you push with this taunt. If he wants to use it, let's go Peacekeeper instead.
What do you mean instead on
Blessing anyway.
In addition.
Might as well.
That's one big dude.
That's a big dude. That is what it is. It starts chipping away at that health.
Yeah, the ref isn't bad, but it's not gonna do this exactly.
It's not gonna win it right here. No, so Rhea needs to find.
Actually, he is gonna clear it with a Mohawk. Yeah.
I think he's.
Took me a second there, but
blood trigger out.
Took me a second to see that was on hand. I mentioned earlier.
And he does.
And a really
fights hard to play his Dormant Demon.
Yeah, I mean, this one would have also been rough if it came down on 1. Because it's not going to do anything on 1, but on 3 you have a 2/5 taunt that's pretty good. You didn't have to pay anything.
Now the dragon being discovered here, the word might be a very good idea, because you'll keep it around, it'll run into that demon perfectly. Just prophylactic. I like that.
Yeah, and also just probably the most solid choice we've made there, because you don't want to get all those 9 mana, 10 mana dragons. You don't necessarily want to heal your opponent to full. That's also always a
not if you're the Paladin.
Negative thing. And
Soul Mirror will be a huge card in this game.
Yes.
Decides to reduce the cost here. He's going to put up a big taunt, and he's shifting the value game in his favor.
Fate Weaver!
That's another one.
Off of the Invoke!
That's what Priest can do for you sometimes.
That's the kind of thing that makes me want to build a Galloping Priest, you know?
Yeah. I've been there. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I gotta get me some cards for this. I may or may not have spent all my dust on my tournament decks, so...
That's how it goes. Sometimes. Happens. There's a big taunt. I'm expecting...
Soul Mirror would make sense, but it's might be a bit early.
We could just play the dragon again. Or if he feels comfortable enough, just go Galakrond and go Krungs and pick up a Galakrond, just play it. Consecration might be really good.
Yeah.
I think this should be the pick here. I can't be too mad at Leap of Justice either, but Consec looks very, very good.
And I think he's kind of contemplating which of those two he's gonna get more impact off of. Of course, Onyxia, good to know that he has it, but not necessarily something you think about taking yourself. And of course, something that for less experienced players might be less obvious is, of course, the value of the information that the Madame gives you. Especially if you know your opponent's deck list, then you know what they have in their hand.
He has 4 cards on hand. 3 of them you now know.
Yeah.
That's a huge help. And he's gonna build this full board, reduce the cost of cards, and just start.
Yeah, the Light Zealot, honestly, this deck does run a lot of class cards.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, right. Of course, you also know that he has the Libram Consec combination, so that's not great. But
I guess final push attempt here for Drake, putting all that he has out there, trying to go for the gusto. Gets him down to 7 health, down to the 6 health actually. So this is.
I mean, Hammer of Wrath is halfway there. Yeah. Whoa, Living on a Prayer.
Another one picked up, but he needs to find some healing here.
Yeah, like everything is free, but what am I gonna do with it, right?
Meteor does heal him for 6, which is not bad. You can use the heal power with it. but it doesn't kill the opponent's Drake.
Librum would help you do that, but then you're also taking the damage again.
Yeah.
Decides to pick up the Galakrond, and I guess he's gonna,
he's gonna point it out. Okay. Cleared up. He saw that he could play it all in one turn, and he says, with the Galakrond right now, I'm gonna create too much value down the line, and I'm not gonna lose it.
Yeah, and this is where the counter push starts, of course.
Yeah.
Because now you could totally see.
I'm assuming Onyxia will be the play.
I don't see why you wouldn't play Libram. Yeah.
Okay.
He gives you a big taunt that contests the Kronks. And it heals you back to full.
I've seen a couple of board clears. I feel like maybe
I think he's still going for aggression too. Yeah, look at that.
He is going for it
because he knows he has lethal next turn.
I mean that's all he can do, right?
But there's Apotheosis, which that cuts it big time. Though actually it doesn't really, because you have to get rid of the Divine Shield first.
I could Soul Mirror if you really wanted to. Soul Mirror and then use it for heals.
Actually, yeah, Soul Mirror and then Apotheosis. You heal 8.
And you put an 8
and you get 8 taunt, yeah, which is like, ooh.
That's good.
When you play aggro decks, 8 taunts are not something you want to see necessarily.
And that's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, it's a very sensible play.
Bronx lives.
That's the other thing that you have to consider. Yeah.
And this seems like a big shift. This seems tough to come back from now. We have this huge taunt. And it's going to be kind of hard to get rid of there.
Yeah, and also, we're looking at 15 health again. So
chuck up the Leodrin here, gets a bunch of buffs, but that's not as much as you might want for that card to really be valuable.
Yeah, and the Renew just added insult to injury sand move. It's like at this point,
all of a sudden Ryu can do 23 damage in a turn and
23 healing in a turn. You mean, right?
Well, damage also.
Oh right, that right. He literally has. Yeah.
Go.
Literally has the 23 on.
Plays the Water Bear.
Because he also has heal 1,000,000 points, which I think is almost more relevant in this case because he's gonna win eventually.
Oh yeah,
he just has to live.
He'll win.
And at this point, he will live.
Yeah. This game is once again over, and he's just taken him to Value Town. Population Drake. Unbelievable. Was a close one though, so he's getting closer with the Paladin. It's gonna be interesting to see if he decides to go back one more time to that Paladin again.
I think the only possible play here is, technically the only thing is our generation hope for something, but it's not gonna do anything.
The only possible play is Resignation.
I guess you could make it a 12/12. The taunt, that is. Yeah. Or you could actually, I think Contact is gonna have a bigger impact because you can actually kill the Kronks. It's gonna have about equal impact.
Yeah, it's all the same at this point.
Yeah,
you might want a Blessing, kill that taunt, but
seems like it might be it.
Yeah, I'm willing to call this game and say this is a 2-0 lead for you. Who of course is the favorite in this game?
Oh, the
horror. I think Drake's gonna realize it here. Gonna play this is actually it. This is a grand finale. Why not? Perfect lethal for Ryu, and he's gonna be in the lead by 2-0, taking the win home with the Galakrond Priest in impressive fashion. So for Drake, backs against the wall. You gotta come up with something here and quick.
You, at the very least, if you're Drake, you're gonna face the Galakrond Rogue. And you could pick your matchup,
Yeah, whatever you like best. You want Pally again? Or?
Now, granted, you do still have to with all the decks anyways, but I think it's also just a bit of a psychological advantage if you go with a win, destabilize your opponent a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. It's super important. And he decides to actually switch. Picks the Warlock up. It's interesting, by the way, this tournament is sponsored by Beverage. Go consume Beverage. Shout out to Lemonade in the Discord server. Link in the description. We'll see you there soon, hopefully.
Very strong start for the Rogue.
For the Canadian here, that's good to see. The Cat is one of the better 1-drops in the entire game at the moment with double shadow steps. And
the Mummy might be a rather good pull.
Absolutely.
You have something to play on 4, you have the Skyvateer on 2 if you want it, you have Seal Fate if there's a target on 3, which there will probably.
Yeah, Mark, he's gonna play the Cultist here, I would imagine.
You would have to coin it, but it's still believable. Yeah,
it's time to start invoking here. Definitely think so.
Because that would give the perfect skill fate target, of course. You can kill the imps if you want to. You can also just go face. Either one works. But you seal the cultist's fate probably. You could actually backstab it, play the Spy Mistress, but that might be a bit unnecessary as well.
Yeah, it's gonna seal the fate. It makes sense. Just get the invocation out.
Get the lackey, get the invocation done.
Now, one of the big advantages that Drake has in this game is his Galakrond is on his hand. It's right there.
Yeah, but he also optimally would want to get it invoked a couple of times before he plays it. That being said, he already has one invocation as well on hand as well, and second one wrong.
Third, so 3 invocations in reach.
Yeah, and once he has 2 invocations, he can play the Veiled Illusionist to actually get himself another.
So the value machine for Drake should start churning soon, and it needs to also.
Then I can play all the 1-drops. Decides not to decide to equip the weapon instead. I could have totally seen Titanic Lackey on either of the other minions that he has, and then Witchy on the Titanic, get a random 2-drop.
I think he wants to avoid running into removals here a little bit, I guess. Like Dark Skies, you don't really love to see there, so you don't want to overcommit.
Yeah.
Drake with the invoke there, that Galakrond gets upgraded for the first time.
Speaking of lackeys, there's an evil miscreant.
He has another 2 invokes on hand, so that Galakrond will come down on curve more than likely.
And that's scary.
That is scary.
You don't want to see that when you're Ryukuma.
That's a big deal.
Because that's a lot of stuff coming down on turn 7. If that actually does come down on turn 7. But even if it's turn 8, it's still going to be a lot of stuff.
Do you take Sprint here? Is there ever a time you take Sprint?
I think it's Evis.
I think so, yeah. Gotta be.
Poison is possible, but I think Evis just is more flexible.
Goes with Sprint. Okay, so he decides that he wants to keep drawing. 2 turns he can play it. Not a lot. There's not a lot of value on his hand, so I can see the choice because you really gotta start stocking up here. And if you're Drake, you just sit back and you invoke. Right? You invoke now, you invoke next turn, and then you play your dude. That's the reason you came here. The whole reason you came here is to play that dragon. Oh, Edwin, pick up.
That could be a really big Edwin with the Shadow Stab and the Backstab and all the lackeys and everything.
He might get tempted into putting everything into this Edwin here. Because he's seen all these invocations, he might get kind of debated into playing this huge Edwin.
Like a flame happens and that's gonna be gone. But yeah, you can Shadow Step something. You know, Shadow Step something that costs less even. So
this says the lackey value.
I mean, yeah. It's the best value play.
I like it.
But in terms of Edwin-wise, you could have gotten one more proc. Yeah. Again, better play probably. Ooh, backstab. Yep.
Backstab come down.
You couldn't not take it in that situation, I think. That's cool. You just love it.
If you play enough lackeys, you also protect your admin against
Witchy on the... Oh yeah, that's true. Witchy on the Miscreant. And there we go.
The Fire's brother.
14.
14. Cultist, Mortal Coil, Plague.
Yep. And just chuck up a prayer that it's not Edwin that survives.
Yeah, that's the only card you can't have. Though.
Because everything else will die. I mean, well, 4 things will die with the coil. By the way, important of course to trigger this to kill the Spy Mistress over a lackey because you don't know what's gonna live off of the plague. I think you still gotta play it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if this Edwin dies, he's got.
Starting off strong with the moments here.
Unbelievable. The luck of the Canadians.
That's not what the saying says.
And he picks up his Galakrond on top of it, because why not? There's a lot of damage coming down. And he could chuck this Galakrond out.
You have to play Galakrond, just hope to get a taunt. And lost demons do have taunt.
Needs a taunt. Then he has taunt.
He has 2 taunts.
2 taunts.
Which is important because Flick could have killed one of the taunts.
He's dormant taunt.
Wait, Vendetta and Flick is still lethal.
It's still lethal, yeah. Cobalt Lackey too. Yeah, it's still enough. It's still enough. He has everything.
Double Vendetta. Double Vendetta Cobalt. You have a 1-mana lethal.
We could play as Galakrond who wants to show off. So Ryukuma with a convincing one. He's making his mark early, saying, "I'm back. I have broken the curse. The curse of Pimcarp." The champion losing the first match. He takes a 3-0 W over Drake in a very dominant fashion. So it is quite clear the champ is in form, and he's coming to get everybody. And if you're taking a look at the bracket, of course, in our Discord server, linked in the description, you can you'll be able to see that as soon as next round, he can meet one of the other favorites of the tournament, which is Sparrowhawk 1, who will be playing his first round match against Universe. And presuming that he wins that, we'll get a Battle of the Titans.
Counterpoint: if Sparrowhawk loses in the first round, we're gonna get Universe Ryukuma 3.
Yeah, and they're good buddies. They lab Hearthstone together hard, so that would be an interesting match to see too. But Ryu has not come to play, and by that I mean he's come to play.
He has no time for games.
In the literal sense, he's playing. In the metaphorical sense, he's not. 3-0 lead, 3-0 win, very, very convincing. Congratulations to Ryukuma. Definitely making his mark. And thank you to Drake, obviously, for showing up and for playing. Just another caliber here. There's not much you could do. You got some unlucky breaks, of course, with the
that Plague of Flames was tough.
That's the way it goes sometimes. But I'm sure we're gonna see him back. Again, he's a regular member of our Discord server anyway, so he's the GOAT for that. But I'm sure we'll see him in future tournaments also. So, that's been the first match, and an eventful one. Promises a lot of good things to come for the remainder of the tournament. Drop a like on the video for these great competitors. Congrats to Ryukuma, you are moving on. And we're going to see more of that Masterclass Hearthstone, which is what we're here for after all. Subscribe to TrashcanTV if you don't want to miss any more of this. And all these videos also, of course, get posted in our Discord server. So if you want to go join there, that would be a fantastic thing. And hopefully we're going to see you there soon. Until next time, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.